What if I told you that an ordinary-looking coin sitting inside an old jar, forgotten wallet, or dusty coin collection could secretly be worth a life-changing amount of money? And what if millions of people have already overlooked these treasures without ever realizing it? Welcome back to American Coin Secrets, the channel that uncovers hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Today's video is absolutely incredible because we are revealing 4 ultra-rare coins that have shocked collectors and created massive excitement inside the coin-collecting world. But here's the warning. Do not skip any part of this video because every single coin becomes more surprising than the previous one. One small detail, one tiny letter, or one overlooked mint mark could completely change the destiny of a coin. Collectors across America are paying extraordinary attention to these pieces because demand continues to grow as fewer quality examples remain available. Some of these coins have become incredibly difficult to locate in beautiful condition, and that is exactly why experienced collectors continue searching every single day. Stay until the end, because coin number 4 may be the one that surprises you the most. And who knows, you may already own a hidden treasure without even realizing it. If you love discovering rare treasures, mysterious collectibles, and exciting coin stories, make sure you subscribe because American Coin Secrets brings fresh updates every single day. Now, let's begin our countdown. First up, Germany, 1 euro cent, 2005D. Imagine holding a tiny 1 euro cent coin that most people would instantly ignore. It is small, lightweight, and appears ordinary at first glance. But experienced collectors know something very different. Sometimes, the smallest coin can hide one of the biggest surprises. The Germany 1 euro cent 2005D has become an exciting topic among international coin enthusiasts because certain examples preserved in fine condition are becoming increasingly desirable inside specialized collections. This coin belongs to the euro currency series that Germany officially adopted in the early 2000s. The letter D represents the Munich Mint, one of Germany's historic minting facilities with a long tradition of producing coins admired for their quality and precision. When this coin was released, millions of people spent it every day without paying attention. Nobody expected that years later, collectors around the world would begin carefully examining these tiny pieces. The obverse side displays the famous oak branch design. The oak branch is a symbol deeply connected to Germany's cultural identity and strength. The stars surrounding the design represent European unity and cooperation. At first glance, many people think every 1 euro cent coin is exactly the same. But serious collectors know that mint locations, preservation quality, and collector demand can create substantial differences. What makes this coin fascinating is the combination of age, mint identification, and collector interest surrounding examples preserved in fine condition. Finding older circulating coins that have remained attractive over time becomes increasingly difficult. Every scratch matters. Every detail matters. Every preserved line matters. This is exactly why experienced collectors examine these coins under magnification before making decisions. One thing that increases excitement around this coin is that many examples entered circulation and were heavily used for years. Coins that survive in stronger conditions naturally become more desirable among enthusiasts who want beautiful examples for their collections. Collectors often look closely at the oak branch details, lettering sharpness, date visibility, rim quality, and overall appearance. Even small differences can influence desirability. The story behind this coin reminds us that history sometimes hides in the smallest objects. A simple purchase, a forgotten piggy bank, or an old collection passed through generations could contain something surprisingly important. Now let's talk about rarity. The Germany 1 euro cent 2005D has attracted growing attention because collectors appreciate coins connected to specific mint locations, and well-preserved examples become harder to locate over time. Demand often increases when collectors compete to complete European coin sets. Many collectors search for these coins during estate sales, coin shows, auctions, and inherited collections because older European pieces continue attracting international interest. Now comes the exciting moment. Based on the value you provided, a Germany 1 euro cent 2005D in fine condition is being presented with an estimated market value of approximately $55,000. That number immediately captures attention because collectors understand that exceptional pieces with strong demand can become highly sought after. This is why experienced collectors never ignore small coins. Remember, coin values are never guaranteed and can change depending on authenticity, condition, market demand, and professional evaluation. Collector's tip: never clean your coins. Cleaning can damage original surfaces and reduce collector appeal. Always store coins inside protective holders and avoid touching the surfaces directly with your fingers. Preserve the coin exactly as you found it. This coin proves one powerful lesson: never underestimate something simply because it looks small. Sometimes history hides inside the tiniest treasures. And remember, American Coin Secrets brings fresh updates every day, so stay tuned because coin number 2 is even more surprising. Next up, Netherlands, 5 cents, 1980. The countdown is getting even more exciting because the second coin on today's list proves one unbelievable truth. Sometimes, a coin that millions of people once carried in their pockets can become one of the most fascinating treasures that collectors refuse to ignore. At first glance, the Netherlands 5 cents 1980 appears simple and ordinary. But experienced collectors know that ordinary appearances can hide extraordinary stories. Imagine discovering a small bronze coin that quietly traveled through Dutch history during an important transition period. This was a year of major significance because 1980 marked the end of one royal era and the beginning of another. The coin was issued during the final period of Queen Juliana's reign, making it a memorable piece of Dutch numismatic history. Link. This coin belongs to the old Dutch guilder currency system that was used before the euro arrived many years later. For decades, these small coins circulated through markets, shops, trains, and everyday life throughout the Netherlands. The design immediately catches the attention of collectors. On one side, you will find the portrait of Queen Juliana. Her image represents stability, tradition, and an important chapter in Dutch history. On the opposite side, you will notice the denomination alongside decorative elements that symbolize the Netherlands' national identity. Link. Now, here is where things become truly interesting. Millions of people spent these coins without a second thought. Some were dropped, lost, scratched, or forgotten forever. Years passed, decades passed, and suddenly collectors started realizing something very important. Finding attractive examples preserved in fine condition is becoming much more difficult than many people expect. Every year that passes naturally reduces the number of surviving pieces that remain visually appealing for collectors. That is why experienced collectors never judge a coin only by its face value. They study every tiny detail. They examine the lettering. They inspect the portrait. They analyze the edges. They check for surface preservation. And they carefully compare examples before adding them to their collections. One of the reasons collectors appreciate this coin is because it represents the final chapter of an important historical period in Dutch coinage. Historical transitions often generate excitement inside the collecting world because they tell a story that future generations can still hold in their hands. Reddit. This coin is made from bronze and measures approximately 21 millimeters in diameter with a weight of about 3.5 grams. These technical details may sound simple, but experienced collectors understand that authentic specifications are always important during evaluation. Link. Now imagine this scenario. A family passes down an old coin box. Nobody opens it for years. Inside sits an old Netherlands 5 cents 1980 coin. To most people, it may seem insignificant, but to collectors who understand historical coinage, it immediately becomes something worth inspecting much more carefully. That is the hidden magic of coin collecting. Tiny objects can preserve entire chapters of history. This is why coin collecting is one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. The mystery, the discovery, the suspense, the possibility of uncovering something overlooked. That excitement never disappears. Now let's talk about collector demand. Collectors around the world enjoy completing international sets, and Dutch coins continue attracting interest because of their historical importance and elegant designs. Preserved examples often receive extra attention from enthusiasts building European collections. This is especially true when collectors are searching for specific years associated with important transitions in Dutch history. The better the preservation, the stronger the collector interest can become. This is why experienced collectors always recommend storing coins safely instead of leaving them loose inside jars or drawers. Now comes the exciting moment everyone has been waiting for. Based on the value you provided, a Netherlands 5 cents 1980 in fine condition is being presented with an estimated market value of approximately $80,000. That number immediately grabs attention and reminds viewers why collectors never ignore older coins. A tiny historical object can become a highly sought-after collectible when demand, condition, authenticity, and rarity all align together. However, remember that coin values are never guaranteed and can change depending on market conditions, authentication, collector demand, and professional grading. Collector's tip: never polish or clean old coins. Even if the coin looks dirty, cleaning may damage the original surfaces and reduce collector appeal. Always hold the coin by its edges and place it inside protective holders. This coin teaches a powerful lesson. History never announces itself loudly. Sometimes, history arrives quietly, hidden inside a small piece of metal waiting for someone curious enough to notice. And remember, American Coin Secrets brings fresh updates every single day, because coin number 3 is even more surprising than this one. Next up, Italy, give Euro cent 2005 R. Ladies and gentlemen, the suspense is getting even bigger because coin number 3 is one of those coins that proves a powerful lesson. Sometimes, an object so small can carry decades of history, national pride, and enormous collector fascination all at once. Imagine opening an old coin collection and discovering a tiny Italian 5 euro cent coin from 2005. Most people would instantly move past it without a second thought. But experienced collectors know something very different. They know that hidden among everyday coins are pieces that deserve a much closer look. The Italy 5 euro cent 2005 R has become an exciting conversation piece among European coin enthusiasts because it represents an important era of Italy's modern currency history. This coin belongs to Italy's official euro currency series, introduced after the country's transition from the Italian lira to the euro system. Every coin tells a story, and this one carries the identity of one of Europe's most historic nations. The letter R immediately catches the attention of collectors because it represents the famous Rome Mint, one of Italy's oldest and most respected minting institutions. The Rome Mint has produced countless historical coins over many generations, making its mark highly recognizable among collectors. Now imagine this. A tiny coin leaves the Rome Mint in 2005. It enters circulation. It passes through countless hands. It travels through markets, cafes, train stations, and businesses. Years go by. People forget about it. But one collector somewhere in the world suddenly discovers an attractive preserved example and immediately understands its importance. That is where the magic begins. The design itself is beautiful. The reverse side displays the denomination alongside the European map design used during the early Euro years. The stars surrounding the coin symbolize unity among European nations. On the national side, collectors admire Italy's artistic heritage represented through classical imagery connected to the country's rich cultural identity. Italy has always been associated with art, architecture, and history, and that spirit is reflected even inside its smallest coins. But here is the exciting part. Not every coin survives the same way. Many examples experience years of wear. Some become damaged. Others disappear forever. That is exactly why collectors become excited whenever attractive examples appear. Every preserved detail becomes important. The lettering matters. The stars matter. The surface matters. The date matters. Even the smallest imperfections can influence collector appeal. This is why experienced collectors use magnifying tools when inspecting coins. One overlooked detail could completely change how a collector views a piece. Now let's talk about why this coin attracts so much attention. Collectors around the world enjoy building complete Euro collections. Completing these collections requires patience because every country, every year, and every mint mark can become important. The Italy 5 euro cent 2005 R holds special interest because it combines Italian heritage, the Rome Mint identity, and growing collector enthusiasm for early Euro coins. Many collectors specifically search for examples preserved in stronger condition because those pieces naturally become more desirable over time. The excitement inside coin collecting comes from one simple truth. Nobody knows where the next discovery will happen. It could be inside a forgotten drawer. It could be hidden inside an inherited collection. It could be sitting inside an old container that nobody has opened for years. That possibility keeps collectors excited every single day. Now let's discuss rarity. The challenge for collectors is not simply finding this coin. The challenge is finding an attractive, authentic example that has remained preserved over the years. That is what creates interest. Condition matters enormously inside coin collecting. Even when two coins share the same date, their preservation can create very different levels of desirability. This is why serious collectors never rush. They inspect carefully. They compare examples. They verify authenticity. And they preserve their discoveries properly. Now comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. Based on the value you provided, an Italy €5 2005 R in fine condition is being presented with an estimated market value of approximately $75,000. That figure immediately attracts attention and reminds viewers that even tiny historical objects can become highly sought-after collectibles when collector demand, authenticity, preservation, and market interest come together. However, always remember that coin prices are never guaranteed and may rise or fall depending on professional grading, authentication, collector demand, and market conditions. Collector tip: never clean old coins with chemicals, toothpaste, cloth, or polishing products. Original surfaces are extremely important to collectors. Store the coin in a protective holder and always handle it by the edges. This coin leaves us with a powerful message. History is not always found inside museums. Sometimes history is small enough to fit inside your hand. Sometimes history quietly waits for someone curious enough to discover it. And remember, American Coin Secrets brings fresh updates every single day because coin number 4 is the grand finale and may become the biggest surprise of today's countdown. Next up, grand finale. Germany, €5 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the grand finale, and this is the moment you have been waiting for. If you have stayed until now, prepare yourself because coin number 4 proves a lesson that every collector eventually learns. Never underestimate modern coins. Yes, you heard that correctly. Many people automatically assume that only extremely old coins can become desirable treasures. But experienced collectors know something completely different. Sometimes modern coins quietly build collector interest without attracting attention from the public. And that is exactly why today's final coin is so fascinating. Introducing the Germany €5 2016A. At first glance, this coin appears simple, tiny, ordinary, easy to overlook. But beneath that ordinary appearance is a story connected to one of Europe's strongest economies and one of Germany's most respected mint facilities. The letter A is the detail that immediately catches a collector's attention because it represents the Berlin Mint. Germany uses several mint marks, and experienced collectors carefully inspect every coin because a single letter can make all the difference. Imagine this scenario. Millions of people spend these coins every day. They buy coffee. They buy groceries. They place the coins inside jars. Years pass. Most people never stop to inspect them. But somewhere, an experienced collector notices a beautiful preserved example and immediately understands that this coin deserves a closer look. That is the thrill of coin collecting, discovering what everyone else ignores. This coin belongs to Germany's official euro currency family and carries a design admired across Europe. On one side, you will find the famous oak branch design, a symbol connected to Germany's history, stability, and strength. The stars surrounding the design represent European unity. The simplicity of the design is exactly what many collectors admire. Beautiful coins do not always need to be complicated. Sometimes, elegance creates the strongest impression. Now here is where things become exciting. Condition matters tremendously. Most circulating coins experience scratches, dents, fading, and heavy wear over time. That is why preserved examples receive more attention from collectors. Every detail matters. The edge matters. The stars matter. The oak branch matters. The date matters. The mint mark matters. Collectors often spend long periods inspecting these small details because one overlooked feature can completely change how a coin is evaluated. This is why patience becomes one of the greatest skills in coin collecting. The Germany 5 euro cent 2016 A also attracts interest because modern euro collecting continues growing around the world. Collectors from many countries build complete sets and carefully search for specific years and mint marks. That challenge creates excitement, because every missing piece feels like a treasure hunt, and every discovery feels rewarding. Imagine opening an inherited collection one day. You find dozens of coins. Most people may see ordinary change, but trained collectors see history. That is the difference. Coin collecting teaches people how to see value where others see nothing special. Now let's discuss collector demand. Many collectors appreciate German coinage because Germany has a strong reputation for quality minting and detailed craftsmanship. This creates consistent interest among international collectors building European collections. The excitement surrounding this hobby comes from one powerful truth. The next discovery could happen anywhere. Inside an old wallet, inside a forgotten drawer, inside a family collection, or inside a container nobody has opened for years. That mystery is what keeps millions of collectors passionate every single day. Now comes the suspenseful moment everyone has been waiting for. Based on the value you provided, a Germany 5 euro cent 2016 AA in fine condition is being presented with an estimated market value of approximately $58,000. That number immediately reminds viewers why serious collectors never ignore even the smallest coins. However, always remember that coin values are never guaranteed and may change over time depending on authentication, condition, grading, collector demand, and market trends. Collector tip: always examine the mint mark carefully. Tiny letters can become extremely important when identifying coins. Store coins in protective holders and avoid cleaning or polishing them because original surfaces are highly valued by collectors. This coin leaves us with one final lesson. Treasures are not always buried underground. Sometimes treasures quietly pass through our hands every single day. All it takes is curiosity, patience, and attention to detail. Powerful video outro. And there you have it. 4 incredible coins. 4 fascinating stories. 4 hidden treasures that prove why millions of collectors around the world remain excited every single day. Which coin surprised you the most? Coin number 1? Coin number 2? Coin number 3? Or this incredible grand finale? Tell us in the comments below because we read every single comment. And before you leave, check your old jars, piggy banks, coin albums, and inherited collections. You never know what hidden treasure may be waiting for you. If you enjoyed today's adventure, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because American Coin Secrets brings fresh updates every single day. Remember this: never underestimate small coins, never rush past old collections, and never stop searching, because your next hidden treasure may already be sitting inside your home, waiting to be discovered. Thank you for watching American Coin Secrets, and we will see you in the next exciting treasure hunt.